My whole thing was performing on the street, and it was rough. I was 18, I was quite naive, but I was pretty strong.
Hi, ich bin Salwa Humsi und ihr seht Seat Sounds. Alice Phoebe Lou, die spielt mittlerweile in Hallen vor mehr als 3500 Leuten und trotzdem lässt sie es sich nicht nehmen, weiter als Straßenmusikerin zu spielen. Sie war jahrelang großer Fan vom Primavera Sound, ist auch privat hingegangen und wird dieses Jahr das erste Mal selbst dort spielen. Etwas ganz Besonderes. Und sie gehört zu unseren Hoffnungsträgern des Jahres. Deswegen möchten wir sie euch in der Kategorie Artists to Watch vorstellen und haben sie besucht in ihrer Wahlheimat Berlin und zum Heimspiel in Kapstadt.
My parents both had a really big record collection, both their own record collections and from our grandparents. And so there was always a record on the record player, always music and really interesting out there music playing. So I had a lot of influences growing up and a lot of strong female influences as well, like PJ Harvey and Cat Power and these kinds of people who just were kind of strong women. I really appreciated the fact that my parents gave me a chance to go to a school where it wasn't just do maths or you're gonna become nothing kind of thing. It was learn how to fix things, how to build things, how to use your hands, how to be a multifaceted human that can do lots of things and not just have this career-orientated way of looking at the world. Because I find that to be quite destructive when you limit someone to just one career and one goal. And I definitely took that away from that education and from that time in my life. I started traveling through Europe as soon as I'd finished high school because that was just my dream. It had been my dream for years to just discover Europe, discover another part of the world. And so my whole thing was performing on the street. And it was rough. I was 18, I was quite naive, but I was pretty strong. And I managed to gain the confidence to keep doing this. And eventually I landed in Berlin. So I started playing on the street here by playing at Hackische Markt. I would go there with my guitar and sit on the floor by the train station and very shy, kind of looking at the ground, I would play and just hope to get enough money so I could eat that day. And at some point I managed to save up enough money to buy my first Verstärker. And it was a big deal. It was like, now I can play and actually have people hear me. And so that's when I moved over to Warschauer Straße. And so every day for me was starting my day and then taking all of this heavy equipment, carrying it down the stairs, wheeling it over to Warschauer Straße, checking out who's in the queue, who's in the line, trying to negotiate times with the other buskers, and then spending the whole night at Warschauer Straße. And I spent hundreds of nights like this. It's super intense. I mean, I've had people trying to piss on me. I've had people throwing food at me. I've had people grabbing me from behind, grabbing my microphone to shout something hateful. Street performance is something that will never leave me. It's something that is incredibly important to me because it's the one space where you create this beautiful, cozy bubble that people want to come inside in a harsh city environment. And there's nothing quite like the feeling of surprising a passerby with some music and with some joy, and having a space where not a businessman and a mother picking up her kid from school and a drunk guy and a homeless person can all be in the same space, sharing the same experience, and there's something very powerful about that. So it taught me a lot, and it definitely has moved and changed the way that I am as a performer on bigger stages today as well. You know, we live in a world where a lot of performance is very extrovert. It's very, all right, are you having a good time? And that's fine. But every once in a while, you want to see a performer that's just talking to you like you're a human being and like they are too. And that's something that I try to do in all of my shows, is to just be down to earth and be myself, even if it is a bit weird and a bit wacky, just to show people that you can be vulnerable and that you can be sensitive, and that these things are actually a strength. I've been to Primavera twice, just as an audience member. It's always been this very far off dream that I've kind of seen on the horizon and imagined as a possibility, but I never really thought it would come this soon. I've been a fan of so many of the artists that have played there. It's that festival in Europe and in the world that is known for having the best booking. They just choose incredible artists, current artists, and artists from back in the day, and they do it so well. And it's really a music listening festival. You know that 90% of the people that are going to Primavera are there to listen to the music, and they take it quite seriously. And I really respect that, and that's why I've loved going to that festival. Also, it's in Barcelona. It's an incredible location, and you can spend the day on the beach, go to the old town, have some tapas, a little bit of wine, go down to the festival. It's beautiful. You know, as soon as I saw the lineup this year, I knew that there was something special about it, and that they had taken extra care to really acknowledge this glitch in festival lineups that has been for so long, where it is a male-dominated thing, and the lineups are very male-dominated. And you know, to tip that scale, festivals like Primavera have to do their bit, and I was so inspired to see that they'd done that this year, and that the lineup was just so full of incredible female artists. And to be honest, when I heard that I was booked for Primavera, I screamed like a little girl. I was so excited, and to be on that lineup and to be one of them is, yeah, it's too good to be true, really.